Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, unemployment is now one of those issues that must be looked at because workers have been on it now for over a year. You still got millions of people collecting unemployment since March 2020. Okay, it is not getting easier out here. Yeah, I mean, I do realize some people have gotten jobs, but just because you got a job, that doesn't mean things have gotten better or easier out here. So this is CNBC, and the building that you're looking at is in Washington, D.C. by the Capitol, So if you remember during the insurrection, they had deployed the National Guard. Well, the National Guard is not only watching the U.S. Capitol, but even surrounding buildings. That's why you see these two members of the National Guard standing in front of the unemployment building there. So this is April 18th, 2021, CNBC. Workers are a year into collecting unemployment benefits. It's causing problems. It's been about a year since millions of Americans filed for unemployment benefits in the early days of the COVID pandemic. The anniversary seems to be posing administrative issues in some states. They may result in delayed benefits or a lower than anticipated amount of aid. I do think it's a snag that's catching certain people, said Andrew Stetner, a senior, this person works for the Century Foundation. All right, so it's just a quote from him. Claims for unemployment benefits began ticking up the week of March 14th, 2020, as the coronavirus sent shockwaves through the labor market. More than 24 million people applied for benefits over the next month, according to the Labor Department data. Millions more applied in the following weeks. Such individuals are reaching the end of their benefit year. Individuals who seek benefits past this point, which marks a year since they applied for assistance, typically trigger a review from the state labor agencies. States re-examine a worker's recent earnings history to determine if they are still eligible for benefits. Typically, someone who hasn't found work during the benefit year would not qualify for more aid. That could apply to a large group of workers. About a quarter of the unemployed in March had been out of work for at least a year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Someone who found a job but had a substantial gap in work would generally qualify for a smaller weekly benefit. They may also be ineligible depending on the state and overall earnings. Meanwhile, the American Rescue Plan extended unemployment benefits for workers through Labor Day. These two competing forces seem to be causing some problems for states and, in some cases, delaying benefits for workers. However, the issues vary by state and according to the specific program paying benefits when the benefit year ends, according to Michelle Evermore, a senior policy advisor for unemployment insurance at the U.S. Department of Labor. As we've discussed over the last year, any administrative hurdle is going to be a challenge for claimants, and there is no hurdle that every single worker can clear, Evermore said in an email. For example, California Unemployment Development Department notified workers Thursday that most would have to reapply for aid when they reach the end of their benefit year. Processing those claims may take up to 3 weeks, the agency says. 21 days is the standard barometer for a timely payment of unemployment benefits, but that also means people may be without income for a few weeks, which a lot of people cannot afford to be without income. They can't. New claims must go through a fraud screen and identify verification as a safeguard. California's Labor Bureau said a massive expansion in federal benefits under the American Rescue Plan comes at a time when many Californians are also reaching the expiration of their initial claim for benefits, the agency said. The Georgia Department of Labor also forecasts a gap in benefits due to a need to reapply for assistance. If you reach the end of your benefit year, you must file a new claim on the day after your benefits end. Mm-mm-mm. The agency said in a tweet. Okay, so they did send a tweet out on the 12th of April 2021. The agency recommend workers continue to request a payment while the claim is being processed and said all eligible payments will be issued once the new claim has been vetted. It may take up to 14 days or longer for some workers, the Georgia Labor Bureau said. In Oklahoma, Unemployment Security Commission reported technology issues this week associated with the year anniversary. The OESC team is continuing to work through resolving reported filing issues related to benefit year-end dates, the agency said in a tweet Thursday. However, some states appear to have taken proactive measures to prevent hiccups for workers. New Jersey Labor Department, for example, claimed Thursday that it was the only state to have automated the benefit year review process. The agency has automatically refiled 275,000 unemployment claims to date. Lower benefit states have had to contend with a year of historically elevated unemployment claims while taking steps to combat unemployment fraud from international crime rings, as well as implement new federal programs. A benefit year is another complication in an already stressed system, Evermore said. Anything that adds to state agency workloads will make it harder for them in general to provide all the things to claimants they would like to. There is no slack in the system to absorb extra work, she said. Multiple layers of unemployment programs created during the pandemic have added a layer of confusion for workers. For example, not all people will necessarily have to reapply for benefits. That's likely the case for self employed and other workers. They're talking about like your gig workers and people that may have had their own small business. Uh, for the federal unemployment assistance, the pandemic unemployment assistance, the program who haven't worked, these are for people that haven't worked in the past year. Mm-mm-mm. Aside from the gap in benefits, worker advocates are concerned that states aren't correctly applying new rules meant to limit a large reduction in weekly benefits. The $900 billion COVID relief law passed in December put a safeguard in place meant to limit the benefits to cut to less than 25 a week. What can people do with 25 a week? Less than 25 a week, right? Limit. Um, I don't think people can handle cuts. I mean, look at some of these states like Florida. You're not even getting enough money now. And if you reduce it even more, damn, you can't even make it on what they give you for unemployment. This applies to people who found little work during the pandemic and would otherwise qualify for a much lower state benefit based on their work history. However, the fix may not be getting applied uniformly, said Stettner. Oh boy, I'm not surprised. You know, there's a lot of businesses that are not coming back. And it's hard, when you go out here for work, you're competing up against a lot of people that are also unemployed along with you. It's tough. It's always tough during a recession. Even if you go back to 2007, 2008, it was the same situation. People had one position and were getting 3,000 applicants, so you got to work through all those applications. But y'all, please tell me what you think. This is absolutely crazy. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.